him, he only ever had one goal. To wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers. Just like that.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us. We have what Thanos wants, so that's what we'll use.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Wow.
The end is near. When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist. Perfectly balanced. As all things should be. I hope they remember you.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. Then I am Spider-Man.
What's going on, everyone? Robert and Colton from the Remote Control here. And this is our penultimate episode of the Remote Control. After this, there's one more episode under the name of Remote Control.
Check into the season finale. Will Bob ever come to grips with his sexuality? Will Colton ever get laid? All that and more on the second season of the Remote Control. Oh, we were never signed for a second season.
Shit.
But all that and more.
But just like almost every TV show that has ever aired, the penultimate episode is almost always better than the finale. And I think this episode's gonna be just pretty badass because of that Infinity War trailer. We're gonna be talking about Infinity War a lot today. There's some other stuff we're gonna talk about. Yes, there's some DC stuff. Yes, there's some other video game stuff in the world. But
not Marvel. Every Marvel person just bukkake me.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be. We're gonna be talking about Avengers: Infinity War and the trailer and everything like that. So how's it going, everybody? Again, I'm Robert. With me is Colton.
Your boy.
What's been going on with you, Colton?
Not life. So you want to hear something funny kind of happening in my life?
Not really.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So my sister had to make like this podcast type thing for school. She's in high school.
Oh, there you go.
And as an example, she played us in class.
Oh boy.
The one where we did the last week's episode with the voice impersonation opening, or the week before maybe.
Oh, okay.
And
oh man.
And that literal intro is, "Hey, it's your everyday penis, Skinny." And yeah,
did she get in trouble?
No, that's the funny thing. And I didn't get yelled at by someone.
All right, I think we've officially made it now that we're being used in schools.
Yeah, we're an educational tool.
Yeah,
hey, what are those school brands? One of them sign us. We'll teach some shit and things. Give us sex ed. I feel like that's the most appropriate one for us.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You put the pangus in the vagina. Give me a cantaloupe and I'll just start like making the wet macaroni and cheese noise with it.
Oh my god, what is going on? This episode is off the rail. Off the rail.
Don't worry, we're gonna be really good this one, and then the next one's gonna be like the recap episode, like of The Bachelor and shit, where they'll just talking around bullshitting, talking about the highs and the lows.
Now,
why I should have got the rose and you did. Son of a bitch. I sucked his cock.
Talking remote control. Just like the Talking Dead. All right, yeah, I didn't have to explain. If you have to
they're
explain
gonna kill me
Chuck,
off.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fuck, what happened this week? I don't even remember what happened. This week was
work and shit.
Work was pretty ridiculous this week.
I finished Bob's Burgers.
No, I didn't know that it was over.
Yeah. I don't know if it is over, but I caught up to it on Hulu.
Oh, there you go.
Season 4 episode something. I can't remember.
Yeah, what did I mean,
Maybe season 5.
I've still been just watching Drew Carey show. That's kind of what I'm addicted to right now.
Nice.
I can't think of
You know what else I'm addicted to?
What?
Put my pangas in a vagina.
So remember a couple weeks back we did an episode where we talked about our top song covers.
Yes.
And I'm really mad at myself because last night I was driving and a song came on the radio. I was actually listening to Wish 99.7.
Gay. Super gay.
You think it's gay?
Super
but,
gay.
I mean, they play 80s and 90s music now. Like it
Soft
used to be
rock.
It used to be like the oldies, like where you would hear like 60s and 70s.
Wait, it still is the oldies. Think about it.
Yeah, shut up. I'm old. But one of my favorite songs came on, like one of my favorite, like top 10 favorite songs of all time, and I forgot that it was actually covered by a band. It actually kind of falls into what we're going to be talking about here in a moment.
Oh, shit.
But Boys of the Summer, which is a fantastic song by Don Henley, and
I'd have to hear it. It sounds familiar.
it's such a great song, and the Ataris actually covered it, made it a little more rocky and everything, like a rock version of it, which I absolutely love. I love both versions. The original I love a lot more, but I was so pissed off. I'm like, man, that would have been great because I didn't need to have 2 Metallica songs on there. I could have had that on there.
Yeah.
So
I'm still pretty content with mine. Actually, I got Nicole addicted to one of the songs on mine.
not really.
She, Fame on Fire, the Hello, Fame on Fire area. Couldn't remember what it was.
And there you have it.
If you don't know, now you know.
So, like I said, we're going to be talking a lot about Avengers Infinity War, but there are some things I want to touch on real quick. Video game-wise, I think it's pretty cool. Atari has, officially unveiled their name for their upcoming console.
And just like the 90s, it's the Atari VHS.
You mean 80s?
Whatever. VCRs were still in the 90s.
Yeah, okay, that's what you're talking about. I thought you were going with Atari. Atari, I mean, while yes, Atari did have a console in the 90s, it still wasn't that big.
Yeah.
The 80s is when it was big.
The Jaguar. Rawr.
But
speaking of Jaguars, kids, always go down on the chick first. Be the sexual tiger, and you feed on vagina. Rawr.
Right.
Just
so
fucked Bob all
The
up.
official name of the new Atari console is Atari VCS. VCS stands for Video Computer System, and it's pretty reminiscent. The logo design is even reminiscent of their original Atari 2600.
It has the joystick controller.
Yeah, it comes. Or I don't know if it comes with.
Well,
they
it still
haven't
has
announced
it.
what comes with everything, but they're showing 2 concepts of controllers. They have a joystick controller, just like the Atari 2600.
Oh, that's going to be like a pre-order first 500. Get that.
And then they
thing.
have a regular gamepad. So it looks really cool. It's the color scheme is great. It has the wood scheme to it.
It's the straight retro.
Then it has red. Red is its main color that you see, which is kind of cool. I like that idea because Sony's really taken on the blue. Xbox has the green. So
Atari's stuck with the red.
Go for the red. I mean, go for it. I like it.
It has all the guts of a PC as well.
Yeah. They haven't announced any games that are going to be coming out for it. We don't know.
Just get remakes
But
of
that's
everything.
the thing. Are we going to be seeing third-party titles that we're seeing on Xbox and Sony? We still don't really have this information yet.
Or is it going to be like a Steam thing where you just buy it off of Steam?
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
I think that would be a great idea for Atari to just say, look, we have this new console, but we're not going to...
Yeah.
There's no physical copies.
Yeah.
There's no physical... Everything is digital download. I think because that's what's going to happen. That's the future. That's what's going to happen in the next generation.
I've even accepted that.
Yeah, it took me a while to accept it, but I've now accepted it. I think I accepted it before you did.
Oh, yeah. No, I've literally just went through and I have all my Xbox games on digital now.
Yeah.
360 and the One.
Well, there you have
I
it.
work on the PlayStation now.
There you have it. So yeah, that's video game stuff. There wasn't much more, I don't think, that was going on.
We decided who's covering E3 this year here at the Remote Control Season 2.
You mean Bridging the Geekdoms?
Season 2.
There's not going to be a Season 2 of Remote Control.
It's the Remote Control Season 2 Bridging the Geekdoms, damn it. You heard it here first. It's canon. Yeah, we're covering E3.
Well, you are.
Hopefully, when is E3? It's in the summer. I know it's in the summer, but
Watch, it's going to be the weekend that we're going.
I swear to God, you'll see me out in the middle of the field killing people and watching shit.
So we're going to this big event, airsoft event.
It's a 3-day thing. Well, we're making it a 3-day thing.
Yeah, in eastern Pennsylvania. It's a huge event. There's going to be about 1,000 players there. We're going to it. It's going to be in the middle or near the end of June, and hopefully E3 isn't that week.
We both have. You have a phone. I have a phone. Both of us have computers in front of us. Why not just look it up? So I'll fill it up with some space here. So the last
June 12th through June 14th.
Oh, that's cool. Only 4 days.
That's all it ever is anymore.
2 days. 4 days.
Well, 12th, 13th, 14th, 3 days.
3 days. That's not bad.
But normally it's 3 days. But like Microsoft will have their event like 2 days before, and Sony will have it like 3 days later. Like they do stupid stuff like that.
They just do their own fucking thing.
Yeah.
But your boy Skinny Penis will be helping out with that. Hopefully, we'll have a camera by then.
It'd be nice.
Just do a little bit of a setup. You see how trashed my shit is in my house.
All right, so television. Fox wants to revive Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but only with Joss Whedon's involvement.
Nice.
I'm all for it. We haven't heard anything from Joss Whedon. Now that he's not going to be doing Batgirl, he has some free time, so...
Maybe he never intended to do Batgirl.
Maybe.
And it was all just a ploy.
No.
You know what else is a ploy? A boy trying to get into your panties. Lock that shit up, girls.
Constantine will be a regular. He's cast as a regular, or not cast officially yet, because technically they haven't announced the renewal of Legends of Tomorrow, but it's expected to be renewed, and as long as it's renewed, Constantine will be a regular character on the show next season, which I'm all for, because I think he's an excellent character, played by an excellent actor, so I'm all for it. It looks like they're finally getting some interesting characters. The first season was tough. Like Hawkgirl and Hawkman, those characters weren't great. Plus, that first season was tough to watch. And then, second season was good. This season's been really good. I think actually probably one of the best seasons that are on right now when it comes to the Arrowverse. So cool for that. I mean, Constantine's been on, I think, 2 episodes now this season. So we'll see some more of him.
Yay!
Movies. Tomb Raider, which I haven't seen yet.
But that's out, isn't it?
Yeah, but I have heard it's a good action film.
I heard they re-edited it to have the triangular titties.
Cool.
Nice.
I did hear though that it doesn't give you that video game feel. The reason why
it's like its own thing.
The reason why it's successful is because it's not trying to be the video game. Which
that's cool.
From the previews, I kind of say
that's
bullshit.
Surprising.
Because the trailers have made it seem like it's supposed to be like the video game.
Unless that's the only parts that are trying to be like the video game.
Maybe, yeah. But again, even though it's a better praised movie when it comes to video game adaptations and stuff, it still didn't make crazy good money.
It's probably because everybody was cautious with it.
Black Panther still crushed it essentially. Black Panther's, this is the 5th week in a row it's number 1. So I think that's what.
I mean, I will probably go see it. There's a lot of shit I want to see out in theaters right now.
Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald trailer dropped last week. Did you watch it? No.
I did put it in the group.
Yes, you did.
We do get first leaks now, by the way.
No, I checked out the trailer. I enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to it.
I never saw the first one.
I loved the first one, and it took me a while to watch it. I think it took me about a year after it was actually released for me to actually watch it. And I was pissed at myself. I'm like, why did I wait so long? This is a damn good movie.
See,
so.
I was like, I didn't like the first, I don't like the Harry Potter films. And that's why I was like, I'm probably not going to like that.
I think you will. Because while, and here's the thing, I think you'll also enjoy the Harry Potter films if you can get by the kiddie stuff of the first couple films.
I couldn't as a kid.
I get that, but for me, the third Harry Potter movie is where it really kicks in. I mean,
I could probably start watching that one considering I've read the books.
Yeah.
So it's I know what happens anyway.
Yeah, what is that? The third one's Prisoner of Azkaban, I believe, which I think is excellent. And then even the fourth one, I don't know. I could be wrong. But the fourth. Hi, Jordan. Really good. So they're good movies. I'm telling you. I, however, did not like the way the Harry Potter story ended. Not from the movie standpoint, just because it ended the same way as the book. Just in general, I wasn't a big fan of it because, I felt
cheated.
Kind of, because they're building up to this
spoiler.
They're building up to this big thing between Voldemort and Harry, and it's almost like you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
And at the end, you have one without the other. And I'm just kind of like, I get trying to do the whole happy-go-lucky ending and stuff like that, but, you know...
that's not how that's
It shouldn't have ended like that. They both should have died. I think they both should have died. I think Harry should have sacrificed himself to protect the ones he loved.
Yeah.
And gone from there. And if it didn't happen that way, then I think he should have been the one who got some Hermione, not, Ron.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah. She has a thing for soulless people.
Yeah.
Gingers.
So, I'm jumping to the Crown of Grindelwald. I'm looking forward to it. The cast is the same cast, so...
Whoa, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm good.
What was the other trailer?
Oh, and I mean the same cast, but Jude Law as Dumbledore. Come on, man! Like Jude Law is a great actor, so I'm all for watching him as a young Dumbledore. Come on, excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh no, that I was surprised. I got the first Infinity War trailer in the group.
Yeah, you did.
And I even woke up a half hour after it dropped.
I was at work whenever it dropped, so I couldn't.
I mean, I could defend you. I thought Rachel would have definitely beat me.
Yeah, well.
And then she shared it like 4 other times. I'm like, all right, fucking beat you.
I think Vic even shared it one time. I'm like, what are you doing?
I was like, I shared it into like every other group and my page, and people were sharing it.
Anyway, that's the one thing about Facebook groups. It's tough because you post something and everybody thinks that they're going to be the first one to post it. So without looking, they just post something.
Yeah. No, I agree because I do the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is funny. I'm going to put it in this group, and then you go into the group and you see like 3 posts down. It's already in there. I'm like, oh.
I did that the other day.
So
that Jason thingy.
Yeah.
I still have yet to watch it. I like shared it and was like, yeah, I'll watch it later. Never did.
Quentin Tarantino is still in the running for the next Star Trek film, according to Simon Pegg.
Amazing the cardio this guy has. He's been running a while.
I'd be interested to see a Tarantino Star Trek. I just don't think that's what the world needs right now. But
fuck the world. That's what I need right now.
I mean, any Star Trek fans out there, if you're listening, let me know what you think about Tarantino, because I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I enjoy Star Trek. I'm more of a Next Generation guy. I really enjoyed that show growing up, and I loved all the movies with Picard and everything like that. The J.J. Abrams films I've enjoyed, and then...
I'm not a Star Trek person at all.
Well, so I'm not going to say I can say the Abrams films because he was technically a producer on the third one. So, like, I've enjoyed all 3 of those movies to a certain point. I just don't know how I'd feel about Tarantino. Like, I like Tarantino films.
Hopefully he destroys the franchise.
I just don't.
Star Wars.
Wow, dude.
Star Wars.
Wow.
Star Wars.
Way to
hope he destroys it.
Lose some of our listenership here.
Fucking come at me. Come in the group. You'll catch these hands.
Usually it's me the one freaking out.
You'll fucking catch these hands.
What happened? Oh my god.
All this and more on Season 2's premiere. Colton turns heel.
All right, you gonna do some Star Wars stuff here?
All right, I'm gonna put my pangas in the Star Wars vagina.
Rian Johnson revealed that there is a score-only version of The Last Jedi on the digital version of the film.
That's tits.
So there's like a certain way you have to do it, and you can
you have to go in, turn on subtitles.
No, there's one app that you have to get to be able to do it. Like,
that's
you have to have an app to get. So you get the app, and then you watch it through that app, and literally all the sound is off, no dialogue, no sound at all, except for the
crazy
score.
To think that the score plays for literally 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to do it. I haven't done it yet. I can't wait to do it because
that came out
this week. It
comes out this.
No, it's out already.
Oh, it's out already.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to buy it.
Yeah, so I have yet to do it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of John Williams. I feel that this score is fantastic for this film. The more I've listened to it, the more I've actually shifted to still liking the Force Awakens score a little bit more. But this score is fantastic.
It would be weird to hear the 10 seconds of silence.
You do in the theater.
Yeah, but it's just music and then...
Yeah.
Just hold on, just in about 3 seconds, we're going to do it too. Okay, we're going to jump to
light speed.
No, we're
not doing it.
Okay, hold on.
Now, work has started on Rian Johnson's new Star Wars trilogy. At the Empire Awards, Johnson stated that the process is in the very early stages, and that he's yet to figure out what it's going to be.
Spoiler alert crosses over into Dragon Ball Z.
So it's funny because people, like, I've seen all these outlets, comicbook.com, comicbookmovie.com, Screen Rant, Collider, all these websites.
The remotecontrol.com.
All these websites are like, hey, they're saying work has started on Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy.
But it hasn't.
It's still where it was whenever they announced it.
Yeah, it's like he maybe got 2 extra sentences now.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I just...
He maybe has a rough point.
Right now, people are, like, scratching and clawing for Star Wars information. And it's like, we have a movie coming out in 2 months.
We're overlooking the movie.
Like, don't worry about... Like, yeah, I'm excited about it, but right now, Solo is the next thing up.
Yeah.
And I think that's what...
And it looks damn good.
Yeah, it looks good. But I think that's what's kind of dangerous with them potentially, eventually, with all these people that are getting on to like, hey, do this, do this, do this. With how much Star Wars we're going to be getting, it's going to be dangerous because people aren't going to be paying attention to what we have in front of us. They're going to be like, oh, what could that be 6 years from now instead of what we have in front of us. So I'm kind of worried about that. But again, I mean, I'm excited for Rian Johnson's. We talked about it when they announced it. And honestly, you don't really need to talk much more about it until either real news is out.
Here's what's going to happen.
Or it's coming out.
Everybody's going to see the first one and be like, this isn't Star Wars. This is shit. And the second one's going to outsell every other Star Wars movie ever fucking made. It was still shit. This isn't Star Wars. I'm inbred.
Wow.
And then the second one was still fucking shit ton. And then the third one come out and just be like, that was Star Wars. And it won't sell anything. That's what's going to happen. Sorry, headphone users.
You good?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm so angry this episode.
You really are angry this episode.
I'm like fucking aggressively angry.
All right, so I know last week we talked about, we're getting off Star Wars now, but I know last week we talked about Deadpool, all the crap and debauchery that's going on with Deadpool.
Deadpool 2 and other debaucheries.
Now, all right. So I talked to Deej from Nerdocalypse this past week. I was talking to him about it.
How's he doing?
He's doing well. He's doing well.
Nice.
But yeah, I haven't talked to him. Before that, I haven't talked to him for a while, like probably about a week before that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
But
is he coming on for what we had planned for the season 2 premiere?
I'm hoping, but I don't know if that's going to be the case yet. So, but anyways, so I was talking to him about. Or actually, he brought up to me. He messaged me one day. He was like, "Hey, what do you think about this whole Deadpool stuff? Like, what do you think about it?" I was like, "I think it's kind of ridiculous." And in a way, I'm like, I'm not surprised. And he goes, "I think it's all a ploy." He's under the impression. Okay, so first here, let me just do this real quick.
Okay,
so
do it real hard.
First there was a rumor that the test audiences watching it had there was a poor reaction to it. Yes. All right, that was the first report that came out.
Sorry.
Then we heard that there were just a few things that didn't land well with the audience. We then heard that there were massive reshoots. Mm-hmm. Then we heard that the reshoots weren't massive, that they were just small to add more cable and domino to the film. Mm-hmm. So that's what we've heard. All right.
Yes. Or read.
Deej is saying that he believes this is all a ploy by Ryan Reynolds and company to get people talking. This is their marketing strategy to get people talking about it.
I can see it. You think Star Wars did that to a lesser degree?
No.
Or first?
I don't think it's that at all. Like, I would hope it was. Like, in a way, I kind of hope it is because I don't want the movie to be bad.
Yeah.
But if that were the case...
It's just going to do the sequel
Ryan
thing.
Reynolds would be front and center.
Yeah.
He would be the one. He would be making the jokes. He would be the one that's pushing it and retweeting it and stuff like that. Like, he would be front and center because he has been front and center with Deadpool since before the first one came out or was even officially greenlit to come out.
Yeah.
Like, he has been the face and the man pushing these films. He has been all the way through Deadpool 2 up to this point. And if you think about it, if you really look at it, where's he been since this news hasn't come out?
Hiding.
So
Crying.
So could he be worried? Could they be hard at work at massive reshoots and trying to fix this thing? Could they be like that's all I'm getting at. I'm going to see the movie. I'm excited for the movie, but I'm starting to get worried with all the reports and we shouldn't. But these aren't critics. These are audience. This is what's coming out from audience people, that supposedly have talked, and that's where you want to get worried. When the critics come up and say, "Oh, it was shit," I don't fucking trust any critic because they.
Yeah, can't trust a hoe. Don't trust me.
Yeah. So we've been over this already, but I think it's worth acknowledging that it could be one of two things. It could be that it's time to worry about this movie, or it could be that it's a marketing ploy. I'm sure next week during WonderCon, we're gonna see some more. We're gonna see some more.
Who's covering that? You want to cover that? You want me to cover it? WonderCon?
It's not really that big of a con.
Who wants to cover it?
There's not really any.
I'll fight you.
Okay.
I'll suck your dick.
Thanks, man. So again, I think we're gonna get something at WonderCon, maybe a new trailer or an extended trailer, but I think we're at the point of no return with this movie. I mean, it's coming out May 18th.
Yeah,
so,
it's literally, you don't have any chance of really doing too much.
Yeah, so I think everything's going to go full steam ahead, and it'll be interesting to see how the marketing goes from here, because I'm going to tell you this. If they use those negative audience remarks in their marketing, because they could easily make jokes of it, like, "Oh, our audience remarks are shit," but this movie's coming, like
how we treat ours.
But again, like, they could do something, and that would fit in with their way of doing things. If they start doing that, I'm going to say that it wasn't planned, that they didn't plan on that, and it's true that audiences were saying it was shit. If it's not mentioned at all from this point on by their marketing team at all or anything, then it's a possibility it was them.
Yeah. I mean, either or. Yeah. It's still going to make money, just based off of Deadpool 1. Everybody's going to be like, it's going to be Deadpool 2, America.
Yeah. It's not going to make as much money as the first one. But
it's going to have the sequel thing where the sequel's never better.
Yeah, basically. So
Rare case.
DC news. Justice League ends its theatrical run as the lowest grossing DCU film. It only made $657.9 million globally.
Which one was it?
Justice League.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Marvel. Sorry. That's why I was like, wait, what?
Justice League ends its theatrical run as the lowest grossing DCU film. $657.9 million globally.
Yeah. It's out on DVD now and digital.
Yeah.
You own it yet?
No. I'm one of those ones that I want a Snyder cut so bad that I don't want to give my money for
anything that's not Snyder.
That's not a Snyder cut. Even though I know Snyder still gets money for this, I know Snyder still gets credit for this movie, and I enjoyed the movie. I'm not saying I hated the movie. I enjoyed the movie. I just want a Snyder cut. And speaking of that, before we get to that, just keep in mind that Batman vs Superman made over $850 million globally. Wonder Woman made $750 globally.
Really? That's it?
Suicide Squad made $790 million globally.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, that's the Man of Steel was 800 something. So, literally, like, this financially
was a disaster.
Even though it's a disaster, yes.
It wasn't even that bad of a film.
But again, the critics fucked it up. And it wasn't just the critics that fucked it up, but it was all of the negative press that went around it with Josh Whedon coming in, Zack Snyder leaving, and all that stuff. 2 years ago or whatever it was, when they sent all those people overseas, the tabloids got a chance to go, not tabloids, but the reporters got a chance to go and be on set of the movie. And when they came back, they were like, Zack Snyder's got it right, man. Like, look, they're adding humor. There's this, there's that. Then they showed the first footage, that first trailer that we got at Comic-Con, and everybody was like, "Yeah, that's exactly what we saw when we went and visited the set." That was like the greatest press. Like the anticipation for that movie was sky high at that point in time.
And then it just got deflated.
But then it got deflated. Then the first trailer came out. The first full trailer came out. And people were like, holy shit, this is gonna be badass. But when you started hearing about Zack Snyder leaving, Josh Whedon coming in, and everything like that, that's what started hurting it, because then it was just a snowball of things. Ben Affleck's done being Batman. This is going to happen here. This is going to happen here. It was just, nothing was contained. And that's what my problem has always been with DC, is their marketing department and how in PR, marketing and PR, they just don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't work together at all. I get Zack Snyder leaving needed to be announced.
Yeah.
But they probably could have done it a different way that would have made a little more sense. Again, maybe that was the best way to do it, because the rumor now is that he was actually forced out and he didn't want to leave. If that's the case, then maybe that was the best way to do it. But like, there's so much that I think from a PR and marketing standpoint that hurt this movie to make only $657.9 million globally. That's why it failed, not the movie, because the movie is a good movie. It's not. I'm not going to sit there and say it's better than the first Avengers, which I do actually think it is, but I'm not. I know that some other people don't think that. I'm not going to try and fight you with it, because again, I can understand and see why people wouldn't think that. Yeah. But it's still a good movie. It's still entertaining. It's still fun. There's a lot of things that I don't like what they did with certain characters, but it's still a good, fun film. Yeah. Like, to me, it should have made at least what Batman vs. Superman made. I think Batman vs. Superman is a better movie, but I think it should have made at least that. So, it comes down to marketing. Batman vs. Superman should have made $1 billion. Marketing fucked it up, because they touted the movie as Batman vs. Superman, and it shouldn't have been. It was, in reality, that's
Batman
the problem.
and Superman have an argument, and then team up with Wonder Woman.
They have a little spat. They're like, no. They're like, no. Stop. Stop it. Martha! but again, I mean, that's where it comes down to. I mean, and Wonder Woman, fantastically marketed. They marketed that movie fantastically. They didn't show you anything that you didn't need, or that you had to see or couldn't see. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, everything, they kept everything hidden. Like the reveal of the villain and everything like that was hidden. Like, they misdirected you on who the villain was. Yeah. They did it perfectly with the marketing. Suicide Squad, another one, was marketed perfectly. You got exactly what they marketed. Yeah. Exactly what they marketed is what you got.
A turd.
But when it comes to their trinity or their big guns, the Justice League, they just fumbled and they just fucked up in every way possible.
They were like, get some poo-poo on your boy.
So that's partially why I want to see a Snyder Cut, because I think the Snyder Cut would deliver on what the promises were when everything was going so well with the Justice League promotion and PR and everything. That's one reason why I want to see it. Another reason is because he doesn't fucking stop. Zack Snyder is continuously posting on Vero photos of behind the scenes or cut scenes from his cut of the film.
Hi, Vic.
So he literally this past week posted a picture of the League standing around Superman's casket, and it's just a really cool looking shot. Yeah. And it's
just one of those, like, damn.
And then we've had the cut scene, which is a part of the Blu-ray, the Superman returning scene on the Blu-ray, which has Hans Zimmer music to it, so you know that it had to have been a Zack Snyder scene. Yeah. There's so much good that we're seeing that would have been from Snyder. I'm not saying that the movie was bad. I'm not saying what Joss Whedon did was bad.
But there's good.
And again, Joss Whedon did an amazing job with that opening sequence with Batman on the rooftop. Because I've talked about this. If you watch the movie Justice League War, which was the introduction of Darkseid and the Parademons and everything, and the animated with the New 52, if you watch that film, there is a scene that in that movie, in that animated film, that is very reminiscent of the first opening scene of Justice League with Batman on the rooftop. Yeah, and it just made me so happy. I was grinning ear to ear in the theater when I saw that, because I was like, that's just like that, I was so excited.
You're like, I am the Knight.
But again, like, there's some awesome things, but then there's some bad things on the rooftop, like at the moment where Alfred, calls him on the comm, and he's sitting there and he actually says Alfred's name out loud in front of the burglar that he just captured. Yeah. Like, Batman would never do that. Yeah. So, like, there's little things there that, like, yeah, it's awesome, but then you kind of flubbed up there.
Then you shit on yourself.
So
it's like, oh, you got the shit right, and then you forgot to wipe.
Yeah, I just, I want a Snyder Cut. I do. I want a Snyder Cut. I hope that it happens soon.
Like that was any fucking quieter.
I hope that it's soon that we hear something about it, because if Snyder's continuously doing this, I believe he's still under contract with Warner Brothers, not for DC, but for just Warner Brothers films. So I can't imagine him.
He'll be like, here's my one.
Well, that's what I think. I can't imagine them being okay with him constantly pushing for his own cut of the movie while they're like, no, there's no cut of the movie. Because that's what WB's saying. They're saying there's no Snyder cut. But he's over there like, look at this. Look at this.
He just completely gets everybody together and it's just a self-funded movie.
Why the hell not? Why the hell not? I think
Start a GoFundMe. Start a GoFundMe and just donate it.
So, with WB and DC, Ava DuVernay, who most recently directed A Wrinkle in Time, has been signed up to, I believe, direct only WB DC's film New Gods. Now, this is exciting. New Gods is...
There we go. Yeah, you saw the look and now you're going to explain it.
Yeah. New Gods is an excellent story to cover. It's not a limited run, but it's a short run series that started in the 70s. And I pulled this from Wikipedia just to give you, Colton, and anybody else a little bit of insight here, because I figured you wouldn't know.
Nah.
So, the New Gods are natives of the twin planets of New Genesis and Apocalypse. New Genesis is the idyllic planet filled with unspoiled forests, mountains, and rivers, and is ruled by the High Father, while Apocalypse is nightmarish, polluted and ruined dystopia filled with machinery and fire pits, and is ruled by the tyrant Darkseid. The two planets were once part of the same world, a planet called Ugrund. But it was split apart a millennia ago after the death of the old gods during Ragnarok. No, this is not connected to Marvel.
That done did dear Marvel.
Remember, Ragnarok is the end of everything. So
Yes.
during Ragnarok, the planets and the old gods died, and the planet essentially split
It's
into two.
imploding.
The characters associated with New Gods are often collectively referred to as Jack Kirby's Fourth World. Now, Jack Kirby was a writer and comic book, genius back in the day.
He was a comic book guy.
Yeah. So Kirby began the Fourth World in Superman Pal Jimmy Olsen, number 133, October 1970. The New Gods first appeared in New Gods number 1 in the February-March issue of 1971, and Forever People number 1, February-March 1971. Another Fourth World title, Mr. Miracle, was launched in April 1971, and then various New Gods, notably Darkseid, went on to interact with other denizens of the DC universe. So that's that's where it started. It started from there. If you know anything, even if you just know about Darkseid and Apocalypse, that should get you excited. We've already seen stories of the old gods with Wonder Woman. And even the flashback in Justice League.
Yeah, I was going to say, even in Justice League.
We've gotten the old gods.
Which does make Green Lanterns confirmed.
Yes.
They're canon.
So, I'm pumped about this. I know a lot of people are freaking out, like, we don't need that. They need to get their other characters right first.
We don't need that. We need Batgirl.
Exactly. I think this is a fucking brilliant idea.
No, especially if you tie it to Wonder Woman's story.
I mean, yeah, if it's connected like that, absolutely.
That makes sense.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
And then you could even attach it to Justice League.
And then think of this. Introduce Darkseid here.
Yeah.
Establish how much of a threat he actually is.
Yeah. And then
Justice League 2 or Justice League 3.
Yeah, and then it just rates itself after that.
Exactly. Like, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have seen Darkseid at the end of the first Justice League, like he was supposed to be shown.
Tits.
But if they can do this right, and Ava DuVernay, who is a hell of an up-and-coming director, she's excellent.
And not make him, super underpowered.
What excites me even more is that Warner Brothers pulled her away from from Disney. Because Disney was looking at her for a Star Wars movie for a while.
Oh.
So they pulled her away from there. They're bringing her to DC. I'm all for it. Let's
come
just
back and do a Star Wars movie.
Who cares? Let her do the DC movie first and go do a Star Wars.
Don't do a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Don't shit where you eat.
The Matt Reeves Batman film is rumored to go into production in 2019, so we still got probably 2 years until we see a Batman movie. My guess, if that's the case, no more Ben Affleck, but that's just me.
Ben Affleck dies and they replace him with someone else.
Wonder Woman 2 looks to be filming in the U.S. this summer. So,
yay!
Then there was some interesting news. There was a tweet that came out about WonderCon, and I posted it. I took a snapshot and posted it in the Facebook group.
Nice.
And Basically, they said that hearing a lot of good things from DC in this upcoming WonderCon. Expect a trailer, most likely Aquaman, and a big announcement.
Oh, what's the big announcement?
Some people are thinking and speculating that it's going to be Man of Steel 2. So I'm all for that. I'd love to see another Man of Steel. I loved the first one, as you know. That's my favorite DC movie, favorite superhero movie.
It's going to be a It's going to be a Green Lantern film.
Green Lantern, I'd be okay with that. But they've already announced a Green Lantern film, the Green Lantern Corps. We already know that's coming, and could potentially have Tom Cruise in it.
They're just going to fucking throw a trailer at us. Watch that shit.
Yeah, like, so we've been filming this.
So this is done, and it'll be released 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That would grab people's attention. Just like, be like, fuck, okay.
Yeah, they'll do a J.J. Abrams thing. Like, we were filming this under your nose. Look, I said that they could easily do that with a Nightwing movie. Like, that's what I don't know why they don't understand. Like, they could have 4 months ago gotten together. If they would have 4 months ago started filming a Nightwing movie, it could have been out by the end of this year. They could have had 2 DC movies this year. They could have.
Yeah.
Now they just have 1, and that's just aggravating to me because they could have moved Aquaman up to like late July or August, and then put Nightwing in November, or something like that, so you could get your 2 out in 1 year.
My thing is like they should do that. One movie you focus on like one of the core of the Justice League, and then you can throw in a side character, Nightwing. Throw in a fucking Robin movie.
Look, I've always said this since...
Throw me a Teen Titan
Since Man of Steel came out, I've been saying this. What they need to do is the movies, the films...
Yeah.
They need to focus on their big guns. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern.
Focus on your core story.
The big guys. But then they should have TV shows that focus on Green Arrow, Nightwing, the Teen Titans.
Exactly.
Go on like the lower level characters.
So that way,
when you hire these actors to play Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, in their contract, you're not only going to put, hey, you are for 5 movies, but you're for 10 TV appearances also.
Yeah.
And then whenever you sign these people on for the TV, say, yeah, you're signed up for X amount of seasons, but you're also signed up for 3 movie appearances.
Yeah.
And then
then your universe is made.
I mean, it's because you can build the universe
simultaneously,
weekly on a weekly basis with a TV show. Or TV shows. You can build your universe, so that way when your movie comes out with Batman and Gotham's established with the Nightwing TV show.
Yeah.
Boom, there you go. Like that's what I want to see.
Then you don't have to make a movie about the Joker origin or some bullshit.
They just need to put me in charge of the universe. I'm just saying, put me in charge.
Fuck it. Let's make our coming to this forum this summer.
That's all for DC. So now we're gonna get into the.
We're going balls deep in a squealing pig,
this is gonna be the
which you should always wrap it before you tap it, kids. Abortions are expensive.
First off, I'm going to start with this. Black Panther was #1 for 5 weeks in a row. Not surprised. We already talked about that. Congratulations.
That's no easy feat, regardless.
I believe it's now tied or surpassed the Winter Soldier, because I think that was the last one that went like 4 or 5 weeks at #1.
Regardless of what genre or what company, that's still an amazing feat.
It's an amazing feat. It's definitely great. And again, I really enjoyed the Black Panther movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. CGI sucked, but it was good.
It was a good movie. Good time. Definitely.
Two beefs. CGI shouldn't have killed him at the end.
Yeah.
Only 2 beefs.
Exactly. That's our biggest beef with the movie. And the soundtrack I thought was excellent. Yeah, there's so much that was good about Black Panther. I'm not surprised it stayed #1 so long. I think that once Ready Player One comes out, what is that, like 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now?
Yeah, it's not too far off.
Yeah, but Black Panther, I think it's starting to, like,
it's starting to dwindle down.
I can see Tomb Raider maybe taking #1 next week, just because
everybody
word of mouth is getting out there about Tomb Raider that it is a good movie. So I think that this coming weekend, it's going to be like, okay, let's go see Tomb Raider, and I think that's where you're going to see the numbers for Black Panther drop more. But still, I mean,
5 weeks. Everybody and their brother seen that movie at least 4 times.
Yeah,
like
exactly. So, congratulations to Marvel and Black Panther. And what did you expect?
Yeah,
I mean, we knew this movie was going to be top.
I mean, it surprised me with how actually good it was. Like, it wasn't that bad of a Marvel movie.
You're right. It wasn't bad at all. Like, we had 2 issues with it. That's it.
Yeah. We're still gonna get our heads chewed off about it, but fucking come at me, bro.
Come at us.
You'll catch these fucking hands.
So, Marvel released Infinity War poster.
Yeah.
It's a decent poster.
It's just a giant slap of all the superheroes.
Movie posters anymore are doing that, and it's unfortunate. Like
Except for the Star Wars ones.
No.
The ones I like.
Yeah, the ones you like, but those aren't official. Like those aren't the official movie posters. And so, The Force Awakens wasn't a great poster. Like it just wasn't. The last good Star Wars poster was back with the prequel trilogy. Like they had good posters. Yeah. That's because they have that one artist, I can't think of his name right now, who actually created the posters
Something
himself.
Wong.
No.
I didn't think you were going to hear it.
What people do is what companies do is they just we got to throw every character that's in the movie on a poster.
Yeah.
It's like you don't need to do that. It just looks too cluttered. Like the Avengers poster just looks way too cluttered. There's just too much going on there.
Just give me that scene of Captain America fighting Thanos as the poster, and I would have been okay with it.
Honestly, just throw Captain America up on that poster with Avengers Infinity War right there. I'd be sold with the poster.
Yeah, he really has a good look in the movie.
He does, doesn't he?
He looks pretty badass.
He's a good-looking guy, but...
Yeah, no homo.
But, I mean, yeah.
Bob would fuck him.
Not gonna lie.
And kids, remember, sodomy's okay. The poop hole's the loophole, kids. You're still a virgin in God's eyes.
But again, it's one of those movies or posters that just, it's
it looks like you just threw up on it.
Exactly. It's just like here's this character.
You ate a whole bunch of Marvel movies and then puked on a piece of paper.
However, it did unveil one thing that wasn't official, but rumored, that Peter Dinklage is in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people are like, ooh, who's he going to play? Who's going to play? I think he's just going to be a voice. Some people are speculating maybe the voice of Ebony Maw or something like that, but he's probably going to be the voice of one of the CG characters in the movie.
No, he's just R2-D2's confirmed canon now.
Oh, damn. Now what? He's now he's now R2-D2?
Yeah. He can fit in the suit.
Maybe. I don't know. Is he taller than Kenny Baker was? I don't know. I have to do some research there.
It wouldn't hurt him to crouch over, my God.
Yeah, I really like Peter Dinklage, and I personally would hope that he's not just a voice. Like I would like to see him on screen because I like him as an actor, and I think
kind of like med the CGI in his face a little bit.
Yeah, but again, who knows? Who knows?
If you don't know, now you know.
So, obviously, they also released the new trailer, which we heard at the beginning of the episode.
The trailer pulled it out and jizzed on my face and put it back in.
It's one of those things, like I've watched the trailer probably 10-15 times now.
Yeah. It's a good fucking trailer.
It's a really good trailer. It's really good. It's funny because the day before there was like, oh, the trailer's coming out tomorrow, the day before it came out, and Rachel was like, I can't wait. Can I wait? And I was like, Rachel, it's probably going to
be shit.
It's going to be shit because they're going to show too much and blah, 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 like Marvel always does. She's like, probably not. I was like, yeah, okay, we'll just wait and see. I tell you what, as far as I can tell,
they really fucking didn't.
They didn't give away too much. But again, this movie is going to be 156 minutes. That's 2 hours and 36 minutes this movie is going to be.
I can deal.
And that was a 2-minute trailer. So there's only so much you could put into a 2-minute trailer from
I can still deal.
36 minutes.
I'm happy that's 2.5 hours.
Oh, so am I.
Like you cannot cram that much in an hour and a half.
Oh God, no. No, you wouldn't be able to.
You would run into a dark tower situation where there's 7 films you tried to cram in an hour and a half, and it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, no way that they're going to fit all that into a simple 90-minute movie. So 2.5 hours, I'm all for.
And then you have to assume whatever I'm going to call it part 2 is going to probably be about the same length.
What the next one?
Yeah,
probably. Here's my thing. So it's going to be 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. The trailer looks great. They need to stop.
Please stop. As much as I want you to show me more, please stop.
We are just over a month away. We're a month and a week away from this movie coming out.
I know.
Like, I get that they're going to want to amp up people's excitement.
Just show us Captain America. Like, that's all you have to do, really.
Honestly, just do a commercial where it's just Thanos' hand coming down on Cap, and he just stops it. Like, and you just cut it there and go, Avengers Infinity War, April 27th, and that's it. Like, that's the commercial. It's a short, like, not even 10-second commercial, but perfect. Because that just shows you everything. Because that's Captain America. You see this big threat of Thanos. Like, oh shit, that's a hand. Holy shit. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet on.
Captain America's been shooting up over these years.
but again, like that's the kind of stuff I would love to see. Like literally, because we've seen in the 2 trailers that we've seen Thanos has taken on Thor, because we saw that scene where he has his head held and it looks like he's crushing his head.
That's what I thought it was. I didn't want to say it out loud because I thought I was going to sound stupid.
Then you have the scene where it looks like, in this trailer, he's talking to Tony and he's like, I hope that they remember you, and you're just like, oh shit, is he going to kill Tony?
He's like, Jesus Christ, this guy's already got a body count.
But then in the last trailer, you see where there's a moment where Iron Man's fighting him and he punches Iron Man. And in the last trailer, you see a moment where he's smashing Spider-Man. So you're getting all these like little parts where Thanos is just fucking up the Avengers. You take those little snippets and you just use those
as TV spots.
As the TV spots, because you're gonna see Spider-Man getting crushed and be like, holy shit, you're gonna see Iron Man getting punched, knocked the fuck out.
Dude, he does get knocked the fuck out,
but
too.
That's my thing. It's like
he gets fucking wall.
These people in this world love Iron Man, Spider-Man, Thor. They love these movies. They love these characters. Not just the movies, but the characters. You've grown to love them over 10 years.
And you see one die.
And you're probably going to see more.
It's going to have a body count.
We're going to see, and we're going to talk about that in a second here. But if the idea for marketing should be get the people scared.
Yeah.
Get the people worried about all of your favorite characters, and that you have to go and see it because
that could be the last time you see them.
That could be the last time you see them on screen.
My thing is they've done zero development for Thanos in 10 years. Other than credit scenes. That's it.
No, you're right. I mean, he had a role in Guardians, the first Guardians movie. He did have a role. Like, he was in the middle of the movie. But I agree.
And these trailers are just making up for it. They're just like, he came to get poo-poo on his dick, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like...
Exactly. I mean, it's... getting poo-poo on his dick, and that's what he's doing. I'm going to start using that analogy more often. So, Bob, did you get those reports done? No. Well, not yet. But tomorrow, I'm going to get poo-poo on my dick, and it's going to be done.
You heard it here first. The Remote Control Season 2.
Poo-poo on the dick.
You know what? We're going to talk about this after we're done. I think we should do a premiere episode. Just air it on the Thursday. Just in a time. Last time on the Remote Control. I came to fighting fucking I don't see your sister. I came to get poo-poo.
But getting back to everything. No, you're right. I mean, with Thanos, like these 2 trailers that we have, they're establishing who Thanos is.
Yeah.
So what we've seen from these trailers
is Thanos.
We know Thanos is a threat.
So Thanos is coming to kick ass.
So these TV spots need to be short, quick, and they need to show your favorite heroes in danger. And I think that's all they need to show. And honestly, we have, 5 weeks until the movie comes out? They're going to release, probably 20 TV spots? No. Fuck that. Release 5 or 6, just showing each one of your heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Just getting fucking pummeled by Thanos, and that's it. There was even an article that came out, I think, where Mark Ruffalo was talking. He was like, the Hulk is terrified of Thanos. The fact that Hulk is fucking terrified of Thanos
is saying something.
That's saying something. So, give us a scene where we see Thanos punching fucking Hulk. Yeah. Please.
No, Super Dragon Ball Z style, where his fist, protrudes out his back.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So, I can't wait for that. I have not been this excited for a Marvel movie in a long time. Black Panther, I was more excited about Black Panther than Infinity War until this trailer. When this trailer dropped, I was like, whoa.
You called me crazy for it. I was excited for this movie in December.
Yeah, but that first trailer I felt was shit. That first teaser that we got,
it was okay.
6 months ago, that was just. I did
not
think it was a good trailer.
It was okay.
This trailer though,
it got me hyped because I hear myself outgoing, but anyway, I've always said Iron Spider is my favorite iteration of Spider-Man, which is one of my favorite heroes, and he's in this movie.
Yeah, well,
that's why I was like, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So who are you most? You just kind of spilled it, but who are you most looking forward to seeing?
Iron Spider. Duh.
Who are you looking forward to? Who are you looking forward to seeing meet in the film? Because there's a lot of these characters that we've seen separated, but we haven't seen the Guardians with these guys, or we haven't seen Doctor Strange with certain people.
I'm actually kind of spoiled. I was looking forward to the Doctor Strange Spider-Man because the age difference and the fact that one's magic basically, and Peter Parker's 12. So like he has the same reaction at the picture. Actually, I'm kind of interested to see like
It'd be really funny if Doctor Strange walks up and just starts doing really stupid magic, like do, 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 with the finger, just one finger going over and bouncing off the other hand.
By God!
And Peter's like, "Oh my God!"
He's like, "Wait, got a better one. Shoots a web."
I mean, we got kind of spoiled with that in the trailer.
But I'm okay with it. I still will watch that. I'm interested again, Doctor Strange and the Guardians, because like magic versus space.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, I'm all for that.
and then Doctor Strange and
you really like Doctor Strange, don't
I
you?
do. He's one of my favorite Marvel like cinematic heroes. I just like the movie. I don't know why, because it was colorful, probably. Fuck, I can't. Chris Pratt's character. I can't.
Star-Lord.
There we go. I couldn't think of his name. Those two meeting because like Doctor Strange is serious and Star-Lord's like me.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. But I think they're going to be doing that with the Tony Stark aspect of it. Like Tony Stark, he's going to be like serious.
Yeah, like we're gonna get fucked.
And Star-Lord's like, yeah, but about that.
Yeah, but about you see this? No.
Yeah, so I mean,
he's trying to get poo-poo on his dick, and it's not going in me, man.
I'm more for seeing Star-Lord and Tony Stark.
Yeah,
like, I do want to see those two.
And weirdly enough, I kind of want to see an Iron Man Captain America reuniting.
Yeah,
if only for a couple seconds. That's it.
Yeah,
where they kind of like are like, you're an asshole and I'm a dick. We're burying the hatchet. See you on the other side.
Peace.
And then they both die.
So that leads right into this. Who do you expect is going to die in the movie?
I do wholeheartedly believe we saw Thor die.
Okay.
I wholeheartedly think he's going to die. I think Iron Man's going to die. Well, Tony Stark, I guess technically. I think Captain America is going to come close, but he's not going to die. At least in the first part. Maybe it's part 2. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I kind of think the Hulk might die. Well, Mark Ruffalo. I'm so bad with names. Mark Ruffalo.
Bruce Banner.
There you go. I'm really bad with names.
Hulk. You can just call him Hulk.
Well, yeah. I don't know if he's going to die. He might die.
My suspicion. Iron Man. Captain America. Thor. Hulk. Spider-Man. Guardians. All the Guardians except for Gamora and Nebula. And maybe not Groot. Everybody's going to die.
Really?
Everybody's going to fucking die. And
but there's a continuity error, though.
No, there isn't. Everyone's going to die. Except for your Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh my God, and he's going to
Doctor
turn back
Strange.
time.
If I could turn back time.
Star-Lord's going to play it, and he's going to turn back time, and that's how part 2 fucking starts.
Wouldn't that be fucking amazing?
Like, and that's how they leave it on a cliffhanger, and then you wait for the post-credit scene, and you see, like, Doctor Strange come up from the rubble, and he's like, I got one chance, and you see it, and it never confirms it.
Exactly.
And that's how part 2
And the reason why I say this is because we see flashbacks and
I like that.
with the filming that has been taking place for the next Avengers 4. That they're filming scenes from the original Avengers. They're refilming the Battle of New York scene. Mm-hmm. My guess is something's going to happen where Doctor Strange is going to get a hold of the Eye of Agamotto again, or whatever it's called, and he's going to try to turn back time, but he goes too far. Mm. And it goes back all the way back to the first Avengers, and that's where the next movie is going to actually start. It's literally going to start. We're in that battle again, and we're like, what?
I'm like, what the fuck?
What? But I'm telling you, everybody's going to die. Everybody. And Doctor Strange is going to be the only one who not smart enough, but realizes that everything was turned back. Mm. So now he's going to be the one who's going around. This is coming. This is coming. Get ready for this. This is coming. And getting everybody. So a lot of the shit that has happened between the first Avengers and now is going to be rewritten.
I like that. It'd be an interesting. I don't want to see it as the Avenger film. Let's say that as Doctor Strange's film.
Well, too bad it's not going to happen that way. All right.
I know. Just because.
And honestly, it's not going to happen the way I'm probably saying. Yeah. But I
would like it.
I really, because that vision that Tony has in Avengers: Age of Ultron has to come true. Mm-hmm. That, like, to me, that has to come true, because that is his ultimate fear, is everybody dying. Yeah. And Tony Stark has been the driving force of these films from the first movie. Yeah. Yes, you can say Captain America is the leader of the Avengers, blah, 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 that. Yes, he is. But he has not been the driving force of these films. The star power, the name, everything has been Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Iron Man. That's what has been driving these movies from the very first one.
Yeah.
So the fact that fear that he had, it was so important to him. That proper storytelling would mean that it is important and should be important to the viewers.
Yeah, to the rest of the universe.
Exactly. And to the viewers.
At least the storyline.
But again, to the viewers.
Yes.
That's what it needs to be important. Not just Tony, but you as a viewer need to feel the same thing he's feeling. Because that is the ultimate fear that he has. I think it needs to happen. Everybody has to die. You need to see Cap's shield broken. You need to see everything. Like, everything as he saw it.
Essentially the world end.
Yeah.
That would make sense for the first scene when Tony's, like, holding a hand.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that would be Peter Parker dead.
Exactly.
Like, that would make sense.
But exactly, and I don't think it's going to happen where it's just they're all dead. I think it's going to be like, this one's dead, then this one's dead.
Yeah, and they just keep
then this one's
finding
dead.
it, and it's just devastating.
Exactly.
It takes the emotional and mental toll.
Yeah, exactly. And then the final two standing there, Captain America and Iron Man.
Yeah, like
You
that's
know?
that's the last stand.
And-
Kind of like, well, you're not that far, and I'm going to make the analogy. I'm sorry for everybody that hates anime. Goku and Vegeta against Boo. Mm-hmm. Essentially that. Like,
Yeah. No, I am
we're
far in
it.
there.
We're it.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else.
No, yeah, I'm that far with the
Oh,
saga.
you're Kid Buu already?
He just got, or Vegeta just got eaten.
Oh no! Wait till you
Not
get.
eaten, but absorbed.
Just wait till you get to Kid Buu.
Okay.
That you literally get that.
Oh, really?
They're it.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that's it.
I thought, because that's how it was. Literally, that's how it was right before they became Vegeta. It was like,
Well,
we're it.
yeah, but then he like literally spoiler. I'm spoiling it for you.
It's 20 years old.
He destroys Earth.
Okay.
And then they go to the Supreme Kai planet, like Vegeta and Goku go, and he follows them there. Like this is the final stand.
Oh, wow.
Or like everything's done.
Jeez.
Similarly, kind of to Super.
Yeah. Look, we're on Marvel. We're not going to get
Yeah.
into Super. And like I
But-
said, next week we are going to talk about Super. That is next week's
in the
episode.
stunning
Finale.
the remote control finale.
Yeah, the remote control finale is going to be the Dragon Ball Super finale. Weird.
We'll have to go. We'll have to talk to that dude. Be like, can we do one episode when Super comes back? One episode.
So, I mean, do you have what do you like?
I'm looking forward to seeing all the combinations of heroes. I think we're going to see at one point in time, I do believe we'll see everybody come together all at once.
I hope so.
I think if only for like 2 minutes, we're at one point in time going to see everybody come together.
The one thing that the trailer showed me that I think, which, I mean, I didn't think about it prior to seeing this trailer, but it makes a lot of sense. I think Gamora and Nebula are going to play a huge role in taking down Thanos. You know, his daughters. Because Gamora in the first Guardians turned on him. Mm-hmm. Nebula in the second Guardians turned on him. You know, so you essentially have these two, you know,
Rogue factors.
not rogue factors, but like they know him.
Yeah.
They know their father.
That or they're going to be the first to die.
I think that's going to be his weakness is to kill his daughters. Like that's going to be his weakness, whether it's Nebula or Gamora, one of them.
Yeah.
Gamora was his favorite, so
He wouldn't be able to kill her.
I don't think he'd be able to kill her. Nebula, maybe he can, but maybe it's that moment when he kills Nebula, he realizes, fuck. Yeah, exactly. So
How do you feel about the Red Skull rumors?
I didn't hear these rumors.
It is rumored that he could potentially come back in Infinity War.
I'm all for it. I thought Red Skull was an excellent character. I don't know why they got rid of him so quickly, because he is Captain America's biggest enemy, and you just get rid of him like that.
He's rumored to come back.
So I want to see him come back. I really do.
Also, do you think Hela will return?
I'd like to see that
Considering Goddess of Death, Thanos' whole boner for the Goddess of Death.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of putting two characters together from the comics, but there was a lot of speculation with that for a while. I could see that happening. I can see it happening.
Just
I'm not saying it's going to, but I can see it happening.
Give it like a pre-opening credits scene. But who do you think's gonna be the first to die? It's not an if it's a when. But who do you think's gonna be the first to die? Whether you know we see it on screen first or like continuity wise, like. Because obviously, the space is going to be not taking place at the same time as Earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I honestly, I don't even know. It's got to be somebody that is impactful.
I think it's going to be Thor. I honestly think Thor's going to be the first one to die.
See, I don't think that would be that impactful. I think because I think they're going to try and pull a fast one where they're going to be like, look, this person died. Now nobody else could die.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm thinking. And while Thor is, people like Thor, I could see...
Because
Bucky.
Yeah.
Like, Bucky I could see dying. Because a lot of people like Bucky that would destroy Steve.
Yeah.
And, like, that would drive him crazy and, like, put him into a rage.
Which would make that scene where he's fighting
Thanos
makes sense a little bit.
If you watch the trailer, things are like, who knows? It could be before or after Bucky. Who knows? So I could see that happening.
Because we all know Black Panther probably won't die at any point in time in the movie.
I could see Peter being one of the first to go.
I think that would be an impactful one.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
Just by some sort of fuck shit just dies.
Yeah.
Because I think Wakanda's going to happen relatively the middle of the film. I think that's when we're going to start seeing some of the shit pop off. Like, we're going to get the shit in space with the Guardians and Thor first.
Yeah.
We're going to get that first. And Thanos is kind of technically going to be part of that because the Ragnarok mid-credit scene?
What, you mean
with the ship.
Oh, that was Thor. That was Ragnarok. Yeah.
Yeah, like, with that scene, we're going to see the Guardians and Thanos first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, that's how the movie's going to open.
I actually think it's going to open...
Or at least it's going to open on Earth.
I think it's going to open... Remember that last trailer? Well, no. Actually, the very first trailer they showed at Comic-Con last year, where everybody talked about how Thor was flying through space and hits the windshield of Guardians. That's actually how I think the movie's going to open.
I don't hope it does.
Because it's just like... Because it opens up and it's in space and you just see a body flying. And... It's the Guardians. Or it'll be the Guardians talking, because I think that's how the trailer starts. Like, the Guardians are sitting there bullshitting about something, fighting about something, and then it's just thump, and they look and it's Thor, and they're like, what is that? Ew, get it off the windshield,
I really want to see it. I hope it happens. It probably won't happen. I want to see Drax Batista bomb Thanos. Or Batista bomb someone, please. Can that happen? Can that be a thing? I hope Spider-Man doesn't die, just for the sake of the Iron Spider.
Again, I think...
I mean, he's going to die.
I just have this feeling that everyone's going to die.
I don't think the Black Panther is going to die at any point in time.
He will.
I don't think he will. He'll be one of the forces that holds out. Like, everything will revolt back to Wakanda.
Wakanda. Sounds like somebody's name. Like, what up, Wakanda? How's it going, buddy?
And we hit racism. That was a stereotype.
It was not a stereotype.
It's gonna they're gonna push back to Wakanda, and that's how Iron Man and Captain America. That's where they're gonna make their final stand. Doctor Strange is gonna appear, and Black Panther's gonna be holding out with his army. I think
it was either the Russo brothers or Kevin Feige stated that the third act of the movie is all in Wakanda.
Yeah,
but I think that's because here's my theory. This is my theory. So, obviously, you have the Mind Stone, which Vision has.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're still looking for the Soul Stone. Nobody knows where the Soul Stone is. I have no idea.
Which is interesting.
Personally, I think it's what's powering Wakanda. That's what I think. But the Mind Stone. So, because he has access to all the other stones at this point, because Loki took the Tesseract from Asgard and Ragnarok.
And we've already seen it in the trailer.
We saw in the trailer where Loki was standing with Thanos'
Do you think
cronies.
he's going to die? You think he could be the first to die?
His deception, his in and out of I'm good, I'm bad, I'm good, I'm bad.
Yeah.
I think he's going to fuck up one time and say I'm good, and he's going to get killed.
Yeah.
And when he was really trying to act bad or something. Who knows? But Thanos is going to have all but 2 of the Infinity Stones in this movie.
You think he'll ever reach all 5?
Yes.
6. 5 or 6. 6.
He's going to have all the stones. But Vision is going to be the MacGuffin of this movie. I'm telling you right now, the MacGuffin of Infinity War is Vision, which means Thanos is coming for Vision, his cronies are coming for Vision, and it's up to the Avengers to protect Vision. Yeah. They're going to take him to Wakanda, to Shuri, whatever her name is. The Black Panther's sister. They're going to take him to Black Panther's sister, and she's going to find a way to remove the stone from him,
but keep
him alive. All right, so they're going to get the stone removed, because I think I saw a picture. Wasn't there a picture? No, the first trailer showed him looking human.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's going to happen.
They're gonna hit him with some advanced fuckery, and he's gonna be.
But that's going to be like that's the whole story is protecting Vision, keep him from getting captured, so they don't take the stone from him. Blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And it just so happens that when they get to Wakanda, he's gonna be like, "Huh, the other stone is here."
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Fuck."
Well, shit. Thanks for bringing them both together.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what I think is gonna happen.
I think the first act's gonna be space. Second act's gonna be New York, or whatever. It's New York.
Yeah, New York.
And they're going to get pushed out of New York into Wakanda. Because they're going to be like, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because I would like to imagine that they all know, like, they know who the Black Panther is.
Yeah.
They know where he's from. They're going to obviously know Wakanda has some shit.
Well, no, at this point now.
Oh, well, yeah,
at the end of Black Panther, they're like, hey,
Wakanda is now helping the world.
Exactly.
So they would, why go to the, the technology center of the world? Yeah,
and my guess is this. The way that it's going to happen is because Thor and Hulk were together in space. Mm-hmm. The Guardians, everything that all comes together in the first act of the film. Is everything with space with the Guardians, Thor, and Hulk. We then see Banner crash down in New York City, mm-hmm. for some odd reason. And he's with Tony, he's with Doctor Strange, everything like that. I think that's where they then pull in the New York crew, which is, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange and stuff like that. When they determine that this is too much for us, mm-hmm. and we have to protect Vision, let's go find Steve and Scarlet Witch and not Scarlet Witch, but, all those, that's when they go to Wakanda. That's kind of how I see it playing out. So it's very similar to what you're saying. So
I hope it's an all-out war movie. I want to see tons of shit die and explode.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see some story.
Well, yeah. But I think this one can give a little bit more to the action side, especially being 2.5 hours long. Like,
give us an hour of action.
Yeah, like the story can kind of play secondary in 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You hear this, people? We actually are looking forward to a fucking Marvel movie. We just talked about it for almost a half an hour.
If you're really excited about seeing it, AMC theaters at certain theaters are holding a 31-hour MCU watch party marathon.
Can you give me a day off of work?
No. We could just, after work, come here watch them.
Yeah, very, very true.
Yeah, there you go. But the last thing we have to do, because we just talked about Infinity War, we have to continue our journey to Infinity War. Tell me what you think and remember of Captain America Civil War.
Oh, I'm just going to refer you to last week's episode.
As you screwed up and just...
About 3 films I screwed up.
All 3 films are like, Civil War, right?
Yeah.
No.
All the superheroes come together.
No.
In an airport scene, and Spider-Man makes his MCU debut, and Bucky's brainwashed, kind of. Maybe. Well, I wouldn't say brainwashed, but he uses that code word. And Captain America's like, I'm American, and kind of goes rogue and does his own thing there for a while after they beat the shit out of each other in that abandoned mill. Or it wasn't an abandoned mill, but wasn't it like a nuclear plant or some shit? It was some sort of shit. And then, that's when, like, the Avengers, quote unquote, split up. That's basically the movie.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Hey, you see it. Over 2/3 of the way through the MCU, and I got one right.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about Civil War. So, normally I sit there and talk about it.
But it is basically the movie. Like, I pretty much got it nail on the head.
Well, go watch Batman vs. Superman. It's Civil War. It's the same damn movie.
Minus, like, the amount of heroes.
Yeah. No. There's a lot of similarities between the two, but Civil War, again, a great concept, great idea, great fight scene at the airport, absolutely fantastic.
Not great properties,
but again, there's just so much flawed with that movie that it's tough for me to even talk about it in a good form.
Clean manner.
Yeah, but that brings me to my one last thing that I want to talk about here. There's so many times that I know people have called me out on Marvel, and they don't agree with my thinking on Marvel.
Hence your call name DC.
Basically, I'm going to put this out there, And this is for anybody who listens to this show. So all 120 of you who download this and listen to us, this is all for you. If you do not agree with something that I say, especially when it comes to Marvel, if you think that you can explain to me and convince me to like something like a Marvel property, like Civil War, like something that I talk bad on when it comes to Marvel. Again, I'm going to really stick with Marvel at this point in time. I want you to message us. I want you to email us. I want you to jump on our Twitter and get a hold of me because I want you to join the show. Just for an episode, I want you to jump on the show. We'll work out all the details. Whether you live near us, you can come to my place and jump on and sit with us here live, or you could call in through Skype or whatever.
Yeah, we'll work with you.
We will find a way for you to get on here, and it'll be your job to convince me, and it'll be just a good old debate. All we'll do is sit here, just you and I, and Colton can be our referee or something.
I'll be the
like
referee that also makes dick jokes and gives interesting sex facts.
But I want,
for
here's
the
the
kids.
Thing. I can sit here and type in Marvel groups all the time on why I think Civil War is bad, or why I think Marvel has been lackluster. But that just makes people seem like a keyboard warrior who just sits there in their mom's basement pushing their glasses, acting like they know what's going on with movies and everything like that. I've talked about it so many times here. I want to hear people. I want you to come to me and actually talk to me, whether it's to my face or through Skype, whatever it is.
To his pangas.
I want to get this out there. Again, it doesn't need to be about Marvel. Come and tell me why BVS actually sucks. Tell me why Justice League sucks. It could be about that as well.
Tell me about my dad's sweet ass.
If you want to debate me on any subject that I've ever talked about and you have a differing opinion, let me know because I want to debate you about it. Because this is something I want to start doing. I want people to debate me with things. And hopefully it could be a fun little ordeal. Hopefully people don't get all bent out of shape and
get
bitchy about it.
Get too obtuse about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's good fun. Movies are subjective. Movies, they're
what else is
they're
subjective?
form of entertainment. What?
Your dad's ass.
Thank you. They're a form of entertainment. It's something that people can enjoy or people don't enjoy. It is what it is. However, it's always fun to debate. It's always fun to talk about these things, and I'm all for it. So let us know. Hit us up in the group, Twitter, email us, whatever.
Personally message us.
Yeah.
I mean, we use our personal accounts.
Yeah. You can
preferably don't do that.
You can go on our website and even message us directly from there.
Yeah.
So
preferably don't use the personal ones. Preferably.
Yeah. So
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll hit you up in 3 to 5 business days.
But remember, next week is going to be the final episode of the Remote Control. However,
see you at the crossroads.
Starting in April, our rebrand is, we're going to be changing to Bridging the Geekdoms podcast. That's starting the first week of April. Yes, I know the first week of April 1st, blah, 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 haha, whatever. The episode's not dropping on April 1st. It's going to be dropping April 2nd. So, whatever. It's what is happening. So it's happening. We've already started changing the Twitter, the Instagram.
Yeah, the only things left are the group and
change the
podcast
page
itself.
Yeah, and the podcast itself. Yeah, I mean, and then
we're gonna have to take down the website.
We're gonna take down the website for a while because there's some things I gotta work out there. But once we get the website,
now that I have my laptop situation figured out,
yeah,
kind of
get that done.
I wiped my memory clean. I had 50 gigs of just junk on that laptop and 8 viruses.
That's fun.
Yeah.
All the damn porn.
Kids, it's okay to jerk at the porn. That's how you learn. Anyway, no, I cleaned it all out. That thing runs better than what my $1,000 brick did.
Jeez.
And that thing was like $200.
There you go.
I'll have probably the Under the Bridge media up hopefully end of April.
Cool.
That's going to be the end game there. Hopefully.
All right, well, that's this week's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. Anything that you want to talk about, like I said, let us know, and we will talk about it. With that said, I've been Robert. With me is...
the skinniest of peas.
Colton Bird. Take it easy, everyone.
Bye.